It's time for business. Hi, Sandra Afeno has joined me in the studio. Hello, Sandra.
Looking lovely in your Ghana t-shirt. Go Ghana.
Yeah,
Are you a midfielder, goalie, or a striker?
Bench warmer.
I play like Mo Salah of Egypt, yeah.
You do play like Mo
Yeah,
Salah? Oh,
yeah.
I see.
All right, so let's do business now. But do you know how much the Black Stars will be making out of this tournament?
All right, you tell me. I'm sure you
So
have
they'll be
the
making
figures.
about $4.5 million if they should win the cup.
Wish them all the best.
Yeah, all right. Good evening, my name is Sandra Afeno. As always, I'm here for business, and we want to start tonight from happenings in the camp of the retail market and what has been happening. But where Guta has actually been sending some strong warnings to the business community and government as well, saying that if they do not deal with the issues at stake, they'll actually it will escalate, and then tension will escalate across the market in the region.
Chants from members of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA. The group wants an end to the influx of Nigerian retail traders in Ghana's retail markets. President of the association, Dr. Joseph Obin, lamented the posture adopted so far by authorities. He warned of heightened tensions with Nigerian retail traders if the situation is not checked immediately.
It has gotten to the extent that we will not look on while our authorities are all against us. Some people, when they are even talking about the ECOWAS protocol from higher authorities, it's even laughable because they don't even seem to understand.
It all happened when some Ghanaian traders were arrested earlier by the Accra Regional Police for closing down some shops belonging to Nigerian retail traders in the Central Business District of Accra. The traders, numbering 20, were later on released. So the faces you're seeing are some of the members of GUTA and traders as well that were picked up by the Accra Central Police this afternoon. Of course, they've been released. We do here, and we're here to speak to some of them, including the co-chair of the Abosoka and Spare Part Dealers, who was part of those who were picked up by the Accra Central Police.
The police people said, why are we making Choboi here? So they started dragging, some of our members, about 6 or 7 of them.
So far, government has been criticized for being lenient on existing retail laws, which requires retail trading must be the sole preserve of Ghanaians. Here's Chief Executive of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, Yofi Grant, who explained earlier to Joy Business that steps are being taken to deal with the feud.
It's an unfortunate situation, but at the end of the day, we want to see our Ghanaian enterprise grow. We want to see our Ghanaian investors and business people also grow. So that's the mindset which we are solving this problem. And it's not just a problem of the law.
Sections 27 of the Ghana Investment Trade and Promotion Center Act 865 states that a person who is not a citizen or enterprise which is not wholly owned by citizens shall not invest or participate in sale of goods or provision of service in a market, petty trading or hawking or selling of goods in a store. But this provision, according to Ghanaian traders, is being blatantly flouted by Nigerians.
So that was the Ghana Union of Traders Association who has described the arrest of 15 of its members, executive, I must say, as unlawful. And the police, they said the arrest follows the closure of some Nigerian retail shops in the Central Business District of Accra earlier in the day. Addressing the media, they have actually warned that manhandling of Ghanaian retail traders could spark tensions in Ghana. That was a report actually brought to us by Charles Aite. We want to still stay on this development and go over to the phones now to speak to an international trade expert, Richard Ampabin. Good evening, sir, and thanks so much for your time.
Good evening, my sister.
All right, so yes, it appears that this whole issue is getting out of hand. Today, 15 of the executives of GUTA were picked up, and so it looks like if the issue is not immediately resolved, it could escalate. And GUTA actually said that it could cut across the country. What's your thought on that?
I'm very disappointed that it is going this way, because trade issues are very sensitive issues, and you cannot use coercion or intimidation to resolve trade issues. Everywhere in the world, it's negotiation, engagement. That is what is needed to bring this issue to bay. I'm afraid how many of the GUTA members can you arrest? Thinking that when you bring in coercion or intimidation, it can resolve the matter. I'm not in the least also saying that if anybody is found culpable of committing crime, that person should not be arrested.
Right.
Far from that. But trade issues, it's employment that we are talking about. And look at the labor law. If it is extended to them, you cannot criminalize employment issues. So it was high time that a proper solution is given, and it is in the arena of engagement and negotiation.
Yeah, well said. But before we go into the solutions, some have also called for an amendment of that foreign retail laws. Do you think that the way GUTA is responding, they will actually support this idea?
It is not for GUTA to support. What I think is that ECOWAS protocol that we are all hinging ourselves on is saying that we needed to harmonize the local trade law. So when you affect Ghana law and you leave that of Benin, you leave that of Togo, you leave that of Nigeria, you leave that of Cote d'Ivoire, what have you done? So the point here is that the trade ministers and finance ministers whose ministry has to do with these things we are talking about must sit with their colleague ministers of the ECOWAS and see if they can harmonize the labor laws and the currency and, as I said somewhere, cross-border crimes, that is illicit financial flow, drug peddling, and more arms crossing our borders. So it is not just the petty trading we are talking about. It's associated with the whole law. And that's where I want authorities to focus on.
All right. Do you agree with people who say that we are having our local laws clashing with the ECOWAS treaties and international trade laws?
What I know about international trade, any time international protocol clashes with local law prevails. That's why we need to negotiate and agree that, look, this is what we want to do. And then we must also have our preferential treatment.
Right.
We must.
All right, so we've heard from various groups across the country, traders across the country. They're not so happy about what is happening. Back to the earlier question, what is the way forward now in resolving this issue?
The way forward now, I believe, is in two dimensions. One for the authorities and one for the operators, that's the traders themselves. They need to form partnerships and cooperate so that their force can be reckoned with. And when they do that, it will be difficult for any other person to enter. Because if you are entering, then you need the permission of the cooperative leaders or the regional leaders before you can enter. Because they themselves, as traders, cannot refuse regulation and insist on regulating other people coming in. That one, they are wrong. Because everybody found within the petty trading must be seen being covered by a regulation.
Right.
And that's one. Two, authorities must also take steps to consult with their colleague West African authorities and see if they can harmonize trade laws in the region.
All right, I'm grateful. Right.
We'll continue seeing this.
I'm grateful you could join us tonight. Richard Ampah-Bains, an international trade expert, speaking on the issues on the retail market. To other stories now. The Bank of Ghana will soon announce new minimum capital requirement for all institutions engaged in mobile money operation. Details plus more and our local summaries tonight.
Bank of Ghana is predicting stiffer competition as banks prepare to directly operate mobile money vending points through the Electronic Payments and Financial Services Law from July 2019. By this, banks in the country will be allowed to brand specific points to render mobile money services. The Abossey-Okai Spare Parts Dealers Association has given the government a 2-week ultimatum to stop the foreigners from competing with locals in the retail business space. Given that the Ghana Investment Promotion Center Act 108 bars foreigners from engaging in the retail business, the association said it will take several actions to implement the act by itself should the government refuse to act within the 2-week period. A memo from GCB Bank indicates that some staff of the state-owned bank have secured a court injunction on attempts to sack them because they did not obtain credit in English and mathematics in their WASSCE prior to their employment. The memo dated May 13, 2019, entitled Report of Pre-Tertiary Certificates of 2017 Clerical New Hires, was from the Human Resource Department of the bank to the Deputy Managing Director of Operations.
That's all for Business for now with me, Sandra Esenam Appen. We say good luck to the Black Stars, and I'll be back after 8 p.m. with more business news. But